If you're watching this video, you're probably successful and you've probably already built your wealth, maybe even grown a business. And you're looking for the right financial advisor to help you protect and grow what you've worked so hard to create. But here's something that might surprise you. The advisor with the most impressive credentials and technical expertise might not be the right choice for you. I'm Nathan Crampy. I'm a wealth advisor, and I want to share with you something that I've learned after working with dozens of successful families and business owners over the years. That there's one critical element that most advisors completely miss, and it's probably the most important factor in determining whether you'll be truly satisfied with your wealth management expertise. You see, let me tell you about a story. This story is about a 94-year-old business owner. I'll call him Michael. He was successful, he was entrepreneurial, and he built a family business. And he worked with what everyone considered was a top-tier wealth management firm. Now, his advisor had all the right credentials. He was a CFA for the investments, he was a CFP for all the different planning needs, and he had many different designations as well. And he was part of a prestigious firm. Now, he knew tax strategy, he knew all the technical aspects of Michael's estate plan, his trust was structured perfectly, and the tax implications were there to minimize his investment allocation, and it was all very good. It was, call it textbook. But there was one massive problem that was about to destroy everything that Michael had built. You see, Michael had 4 children, and his estate plan was to divide them equally among all of the children, including the family business. Well, it sounds fair, right? But here's what his advisor never actually bothered to do. To truly understand the one element in that there was one of the 4 children that actually worked in the business. You see, he was the president and he had dedicated his entire life to it. The other 3, Michael described 2 of them as completely uninvolved, and frankly, he was very disappointed with their work ethic. Now, can you imagine what would have happened after Michael passed away? You see, 4 heirs, equal ownership of a business, but only one of them actually understood or cared about it. And the family would have been torn apart with legal battles, and that legacy would have been destroyed. Now, this is what happens when advisors focus solely on the technical expertise and miss the human element. And that is really what I want to talk and really bring forward here. I want to ask you something personal. When you think about your wealth, your business, your family's future, is it really just about the numbers on a spreadsheet? Of course not. And maybe you're worried about whether your children will be responsible with their inheritance. Maybe you're concerned about keeping your family united after you're gone. And perhaps you want to make sure that your business continues to thrive and provide for the employees who've been loyal to you for all of these years. And maybe you're thinking about your spouse. Will they be okay if something happened? Do they understand the business well enough to make these good decisions? Are you confident that they'll be taken advantage of or not taken advantage of by the advisor? Do you see the dollar signs instead of a person who just lost their life partner? Those are all the questions that you can be asking the advisor. And it's not just about the technical expertise and technical questions. These are all deeply human concerns. And here's the problem. Most advisors are trained to focus on the technical side. You see the tax efficiency, the asset allocation, the estate structures, and this is all math. It's simply a math problem, but it's not a human problem. And your wealth isn't just about math. It's about people. It's about relationship. It's about your values, your fears, your dreams, your family's future, and the emotional dynamics between your children, the unique personality that are there, and each family member, and the complexity of the web of relationships that exist, the money can either strengthen or destroy that. Well, this is why I've built my practice around what I call the human element. It's wealth management, but having the technical expertise is there, but I also understand the tax structures, the estate planning, the investment management, all of that. Our firm does a good job with all of those different elements, but the one element I understand are people. And here's what the human element looks like in practice. You see, first, I spend a significant amount of time getting to know you. And it's not just your financial situation, but you as a person. What keeps you up at night? What are you most proud of? What are your biggest fears about your family's future? And I want to understand your relationships with your family dynamics, your business culture. If you're an entrepreneur, that's going to be another element. Well, then there's the second piece. I don't want to just create a plan and walk away. We all know life changes and families evolve. Children grow up. I see that firsthand with my children. And this shows their true character. Well, sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be disappointing. And businesses face new challenges, and I stay connected with you regularly to check in to see how your life has changed and how your plan might need to evolve. Well, then there's the third element, that I continue to communicate these strategies and solutions. I don't just explain the technical details, I help you understand how each recommendation connects to your personal goal and concern. If I'm suggesting a particular trust, a structure there, I'll explain not just how it saves you taxes, but how it addresses your specific worry about keeping your children motivated or protecting your spouse. So let me give you an example. I recently was looking at a plan for a very nice woman. Let's call her Sarah, who was terrified that her substantial wealth would actually ruin her children's work ethic, because she had seen this really happen to other wealthy families that she knows, and it kept her awake at night. Well, now a traditional advisor might have suggested that some standard incentive trusts or talked about gradually distributing those assets. And it's all technically sound advice, but I took the time to really understand Sarah and her children. And I learned that her daughter was passionate about the environment and a lot of different causes surrounding that. And her son was interested in technology and startups, but lacked the confidence. So we created a plan that didn't just protect the wealth, it actually channeled everything in the ways that aligned with the children's passions, while building their character. So you see, the daughter now runs a foundation and is focused on the environmental concerns and conservation. And she learned business skills along the way too, while pursuing her passion. And the son, well, he has funding to invest into startups. And with the correct mentorship and all the requirements that come with it, he's actually building his confidence and expertise. So you see, the technical aspects were important, but the right human element, understanding who Sarah's children really were and what motivated them, now that's what made all the difference between a good plan and one that actually could be transformational. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, Nathan, but how do I know if you're the right advisor for me? And honestly, that's a fair question to ask. And if I'm going to be completely transparent with you, I'm not the right fit for everyone. My company is not the right fit for everyone. And if we're just looking for someone to manage your investments and send you quarterly reports, there's plenty of advisors that are out there that can do just that. And they can actually do it pretty cheaply. But if you want someone who can understand that your wealth is deeply connected to your family, your values, your legacy, then we should talk. Here's how you can tell if any advisor, including me, actually truly embraces the human element. Do they ask about your family? Do they ask about your financial goals? Do they want to understand your relationships with your children, your concerns about your spouse, your feelings about your business? Do they communicate in a way that makes sense to you, connecting their recommendations to specific concerns and values? Or do they just throw around technical jargon and expect you to trust them? Do they have a process for staying connected with you over time? Recognizing that your needs will evolve and your life will change? And here's the big one. Are they interested in you as a person or just the products that they sell? You see that human element? The advisor that focuses on that can really have great outcomes and the results that you want for your family and your legacy. You see, product-focused advisors talk a lot about the mechanics of the solutions and how they serve specific needs, but that's not necessarily all the different aspects of what you want. So, if what I've shared resonates with you, I'd like to offer you something to create a detailed report that is based off of all of this. One key trait for you to look at when choosing a financial advisor. And it goes deeper into everything that we've discussed today. It includes specific questions that you should ask any advisor you're considering to working with and looking for the red flags and a framework for evaluating whether they truly understand the human element. Now you can download this report below and it's completely free. And there's the link for you to do that. There's no sales pitch, no pressure. It's just valuable information that will help you make a better decision about your financial future. And here's what I really would like. If you're serious about finding an advisor who combines technical expertise with a deep understanding of the human element, let's have a conversation. It's not just a sales meeting. It's not even a sales meeting. What it is a genuine discussion about your situation, your concerns, and whether the approach that we have may be a good fit for you and your family. And I offer what I call the wealth planning stress test. And we'll take a comprehensive look at your current situation, your investments, your estate plan, your tax strategies, and all of that. But the most importantly, we'll examine whether your current approach truly aligns with your personal goals and your family dynamics. Sometimes these stress tests reveal technical problems that need fixing, but most often they reveal disconnects between what you really are wanting for yourself, for your family, for your future, and where your current plan actually is today. You see, this isn't about convincing you to work with me, it's about helping you to get clarity on whether your wealth management approach truly serves your deepest concerns and the highest aspirations that you have. So look, you've worked incredibly hard to build your wealth. You deserve an advisor who sees you more than just a portfolio to manage. You deserve someone who understands that what's behind every financial decision is you, a real person with real emotions and real relationships and real dreams for the future. And if you're looking for all of this information, please download the report and let's schedule time to talk. I'm here to help you build not just your wealth, but a legacy that truly reflects who you are and what matters most to you. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care.